Hey everyone, it's Emily here, and today it is time for our monthly recommendations video. Monthly Recs is a group on Goodreads hosted by Kayla Rain and Trina from Between Chapters, and basically every month there is a topic and we all make videos sharing our recommendations for that topic. And this month's topic is new to me authors. So these are all of the authors that I've read this year for the first time that I really enjoyed, and I think that you will too. So first up, I read The Name of the Wind and the next book in this Kingkiller Chronicle. If you enjoy epic fantasy, this is definitely for you, and it's also if you're not afraid of really big books or you're super up for a challenge. This first book is over 700 pages long, and then the second book is over 1,000 pages long. So they're definitely a dedication, and it took me about 2 weeks to read the first book. It took me about 3 weeks to read the second book. But it was totally worth it. So if you want a book that you can really sink into and have that fun epic fantasy, definitely pick up The Kingkiller Chronicle by Patrick Rothfuss. And then I discovered Kim Harrison. She is an urban fantasy writer. I believe she also has some other more epic traditional fantasy books under a different pen name, but Kim Harrison is the name she writes under for her urban fantasy series. And I started reading The Hollows this year, and these books are so delightful. It is kind of a parallel world version of Cincinnati, where everyone is aware of magic and paranormal beings and all those things. And basically, this main character, Rachel Morgan, is a bounty hunter in Cincinnati. And it is delightful. It's also a little bit longer than most other urban fantasy books. Most urban fantasy books are, between 200 and 300 pages. These go more into like 400, 450 pages. And I personally really enjoy it because while it's not a slow read, it definitely is fast. You can finish it in a couple days. You can sink into it a little bit more than you can other urban fantasies. And so I really, really loved Kim Harrison's books. I read the first 2 books in the Hollow series, and I definitely intend on completing this series. And then finally, I picked up Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I am finally on the Leigh Bardugo train. Like, I understand all of you guys who have been talking about Leigh Bardugo for forever. I think I had this book on my shelf for at least 3 years, and I never picked it up, and I finally did. And this book was like making a new friend. But the minute you become friends with them, you feel like you've been friends with them for forever, and you instantly feel at home, and that was what this book was. It is so delightful. It is a fantasy book, and it does have a lot of kind of like those, someone finds out they have magical powers, and then they go to school to learn about it, and there's like war, and there's like this darkling, and there's romance, and like a little love triangle thing going on. But I loved all of it, and I cannot wait to finish this trilogy and then move on to her other books after this one, because again, I'm on the Leigh Bardugo train. Choo choo, here we go. Then I read, as I've been saying all year, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Bucky. This is her first book, and in fact, yesterday I was at the store pre-ordering her next book because I know I'm going to want to get my hands on it, because Bucky is wonderful. I adore this book. It makes me super, super happy, and it's diverse, and it's relatable. Like, it's young adult, but like I could relate to it because I could remember what it was like being a teenager, and I felt like this could have happened in my high school, but I also could relate to it as an adult too, and so it was really cool. And someone is texting me, but that's okay. And yeah, it's wonderful. So definitely read Bucky if you haven't yet. And then another author where I'm kind of late to the party with is Kiera Cass, who wrote the Selection series. I read the entire Selection series. Well, I haven't read the entire thing. I haven't read the newest books about the princess, the new daughter. But I definitely read the Selection, the Elite, and the One, and they were so completely delightful. And if you just want, like, it is a dystopian book, but it's kind of like a light dystopian book. If you want something that's just like really fun and kind of fluffy and romantic and sweet, but also has a little bit of that dystopian feel, definitely pick up the Selection. It was super, super fun. I mean, come on, it's like the Hunger Games meets The Bachelor. Come on. It's great. And finally, there is Mindy McGinnis. Then there is Mindy McGinnis. Earlier this year, Trina hosted a read-along for Not a Drop to Drink, and that book is not necessarily dystopian, but it does take place kind of like in the near future, where there isn't much water, and this girl and her mom, they live by a pond, and they have to like protect their source of water, and it's kind of like this survival story, and that was so awesome, and it was so good. And then I finally read A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis, and this is a historical fiction novel about a girl who is put into an insane asylum by her family because she's pregnant, and then she teams up with a doctor to solve crime. And both of the books were phenomenal, and I cannot wait to read the rest of Mindy McGinnis' work because she's fantastic. I just loved both of her books, and I can't stop thinking about them. They're so good. I know there are a bunch of other new-to-me authors that I've read this year, but these are the ones that definitely kind of came to mind the first thing when I heard about this topic, and so I hope you check all of these out, and let me know what new-to-you authors you've read this year that you are really excited about. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.